So we are back in the lab, and today we are going full-blown woo-woo. The law of attraction and how it works and how you can harness it. Whether you like it or not, and I know there's going to be so many people going, rolling their eyes going, oh. But if you go and watch all of the gurus, they have all harnessed it themselves. And they all speak about it. And I mentioned it on my last video, the reality transurfing speaks a lot about it. Neville Goddard, The Feeling is the Way, is another good book. There's a guy on YouTube, Quasi here. Go and watch him. He speaks about it a lot. So I discovered law of attraction and cause and effect through Kabbalah. I kind of knew that when you worked at something and you put in a lot of effort, it opens doors. And I discovered that from having girlfriends. I knew that, girls like effort. And if you learn about them, you learn, what they like, etc., etc. I could be with anyone that I wanted. And, I love adoring somebody. I love becoming their biggest fan. And, I knew, and I've been very blessed to have lots of lovely girlfriends. And so I always kind of knew that I had this self-belief of like, if I put in the work, I can have, anyone that I like. And sure enough, I, had lots of lovely girlfriends. And then it kind of, and going back to that part of my life when it was a little bit chaotic, when I, was, not in the best frame of mind, shall we say, and earning money in scrupulous ways, shall we say, I then kind of took that thing where I became toxic. I then was seeing what I could get away with. It got to the point I was, having sex with 3 different girls in the space of 24 hours. And I'm not saying that to brag, because it's a bit of a shitty thing to do. I literally had a harem at points in my life where I had 7 different girls that I was seeing, and I don't think I ever had sex with them, congruently on 7 different days, but they kind of alternated for a part of my life. And again, this isn't to brag. I'm not one of those people. Looking back, I was pretty damaged that I was finding my self-worth and solace in other people. And lots of people do that, it's like, hence why so many people stray. They have such a poor relationship with themselves that they, end up finding themselves in other people, or being that person, and it creates toxic codependency. I digress. But the law of attraction, whether you like it or not, is 100% real. You get out what you put in. I am a massive believer of that. And what you do, and again going back to my last video regarding the miracle morning, when you start to tell the universe what you want through affirmations, you start putting it out, you start affirming, and as I say, just saying the words. And when you first start affirmations, you go, oh, this is fucking shit, I am, da 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 da. And you, maybe how you first thought about this video of like, oh, here he goes, law of attraction, you have to say, mean, and feel what you are putting out to the universe, because the feeling is the way. And where so many people get it wrong is that 85% of their life, they are complaining, they are talking, thinking about the things that annoy them. The universe and the law of attraction, how it works is, all it knows, it doesn't know good or bad. All it knows is what you are energetic about. So whether you are giving it anger, whether you're giving it elation, whether you're giving it love, whether you're giving it hate, all it knows is that you are being energetic about something, and therefore it's going to send you more of the things that is making you energetic. So when you start noticing things that you don't like, what happens? The universe sends you more things that you are tuned into. Think of yourself almost like and again, you can go and read The Secret, which is kind of like the law of attraction very basically, and probably an easier way to understand it rather than doing the power of Kabbalah. Power of Kabbalah is like the origination and the full spiritual side of law of attraction. Now, The Secret is just all of the tangible stuff, and without really explaining the spiritual side. But once you understand it all, then it's like, oh wow, this is how it works. But honestly, by affirming and visualizing and seeing the things and feeling the things that you want, they can only come to you. However, you can't just sit, and I can't just sit here and think, oh, I really want $1 million and da 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 da. It's like, what are you gonna do with $1 million if I give it to you? You know, and I say, and I make contracts with the universe. If you bless me with this, then I will do this. Hence why I'm a massive sharer. Hence why I'm always trying to help people. You know, I'm helping somebody who follows me, and I've asked for 5 people. 2 people said yes, only 1 is still doing it. I said, if you can do the Couch to 5K and run 5K in 9 weeks, I'll pay you £250. I think my dad did something similar for my sister with giving up smoking. So I was like, I'm in a very fortunate position, and I really want the best for people, because I believe if you build those habits of, say for example, doing the Miracle Morning and or the Couch to 5K, you build up that resilience over 9 weeks, you build in that habit. Once you've run 5K, then all you need to do is be patient, and you can do 6K, 7K, 8K, and before you know it, you can run 10K. Then you are expending your energy productively, you don't do it destructively, you're less stressy, you're less anxious, you're less, depressed. Like, running and expending your energy productively pays you back in so many different ways. But also that activity of saying that you're gonna do something and then doing it shows the universe you are serious about this, and you will find the more energy you put into said thing that you are telling it that you want, it will open doors for you. I am always saying thank you so much, and I also like to give people, famously or infamously on previous videos, ex-girlfriends I have shared with, because I love the person that I have become, and without all of those experiences, I wouldn't be who I am. Some of them have been very painful experiences, like heartbreak. And again, from that heartbreak, I then went completely the other way, and that's when my life got quite chaotic, and I then started to treat people. I looked around, and it's like, why do nice guys come last? Is that the saying? And I just saw these people that would go out on a Friday or Saturday night, not really care, have lots of different girls. I became one of those people thinking that's what happiness looked like. On the flip side of that, after sleeping with 3 girls in the space of 24 hours, I'm there scrubbing myself in the bath because I hate myself, because I'm using these people, and I'm just doing it because I am hurt and I am fucked up, and therefore you take out your hurt on other people. I got this fuck or be fucked. I had this fuck or be fucked mentality, to the point that I then learned to detach myself emotionally. I stopped caring about things. I stopped caring about people, because I thought, by me being a carer, me giving a shit, just leads me to getting hurt. It's since transpired, those heartbreaks, they have their own stuff going on. But of course, at that time, you're like, oh, why is this happening to me? And you were in victim mode, of course. And as I say, it taught me lots. It pivoted my life. I started going on sunbeds. I started to put stuff in my hair. I started to buy Hackett. Remember the Hackett tops and Gucci loafers? I become a Jack the Lad. Started going on sunbeds. Became like everybody else. I grew up in a council estate with a group of boys, and again, this is how I really got into selling drugs, because there was other people in my friend group doing the same. You become like your environment. And by me becoming that person, I then started to create this life. And, there's no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. There is no happiness when you are hurting people. So again, I was getting out what I was putting in. Once you find your purpose, and once you find something that you love and you enjoy, it's like I couldn't possibly go out on a 2-day bender now. Again, some destructive behavior I had, because I wouldn't be able to function. I wouldn't be able to run my business. I wouldn't be able to rock up onto calls. I wouldn't be able to serve my clients. And that comes from, like one of my affirmations is, I am so grateful that people are excited to work with us. I'm so grateful to be on board in 1 client per day. I'm so grateful to be at 250K per month, which is my next milestone. I affirm those things and feel it and give it that energy like I already have it, and now I make decisions based on that person. Scared money doesn't make money. If you start to become scared and you think, oh, I can't do that, and oh, I need to hold back a bit, and like that's when the universe, like, are you serious? Like, you say you want to get to 250k a month, but you're not willing to invest in yourself to get there. You know, look how you've got to 100k a month. Your next stop is this, and all you need to do is just do more of what you've already done. Why are you now trying to change that? So I'm continually having a conversation with it and myself, and you know, 100% I think I'm being guided, and great places to go and listen, as I said, is Quasi. There's another, so Abraham Hicks, so we're off to see Abraham Hicks in May in Amsterdam. I think I saw her 2019, August, and I listen to her regularly, and it doesn't matter which one you listen to, you will take something from it, and you'll think, a little bit like when you read the star signs, and it's so vague that, you know, you can always take something from it. Sometimes when I'm listening to Abraham Hicks, I think, right, she's talking directly to me. 100% I believe in signs, you know, whether it be memes, whether it be messages, whether it be music, whether it be numbers. I get 1111 all of the time. I'm always sharing it on my stories. I genuinely think that is when I am in alignment, when I am, you know, putting my best foot forward. That is the universe saying, that's it, you're on the right path, keep going. I got 222 this morning, and when I looked it up, it was encouragement and keep going, you know, like, you're on the right path. So yeah, it's really interesting. And again, I mean, you can find meaning in anything, and I'm very, very good at that. But I genuinely think that my relationship with, you know, God or universe 100% guides me. It's like I am just a vessel, and it is giving me all of this, you know, fortune, money, wealth, business, to be able to give back. So like, you know, for now, I am now investing in our, you know, partners in our business to coach. So the people that get the best results from our program, I've paid for them to come and teach all of our clients. And they are 7-figure business owners, multi-millionaires, you know, and I am using a big portion of my money to be able to give back to my community, both on our Instagram. We'll probably do some free coaching for some people so they can taste it, but other people already in our program so they can accelerate. They can learn from the best in the business. You know, these 4 people that are coming to work for us, you know, they are top of their game, and they get and do business in very different ways. So this allows me, not like selfishly, to learn from them, but like really it's about giving back to the community. I don't need to do this, but it's something that I've wanted to do. I've wanted to create the most valuable real estate program on the planet, and I can't do it by myself. I haven't sold enough properties. Yes, I learn from all of these wonderful people. I'm so grateful to have them in my inbox, and I can pick their brain and stuff. But ultimately, it's what they know that is most valuable to our whole client base. So, you know, like lead generation is just one part of the puzzle. Lead conversion is another part. Coaching and mindset and, you know, putting in the practice is another. And that was one of my agreements with the universe of Law of Attraction, is that, you know, I want to be able to give back to our community. I want to be able to help as many people as possible, and this is the best way of doing it. Once you become a helper and you become a giver, you get more to help and give with. Again, going back to, if you've ever seen this, like you only, if you only want for you and you just want selfishly, you get this big. This is your vessel, this is your cup. As soon as you start wanting for other people and you want to share your fortune, you open it up and you get endless, because there's endless amounts of people. But you have to be true, and you have to, you know, follow through. It's no point of the universe giving you all of this money and fortune and this great network if you're then going to go, well, actually, I'm just going to keep it myself, and you know, I'm just going to buy another LV scarf. Like, doesn't help anyone, you know, and then the universe will catch up with you and then take it away from you. So 100% law of attraction. Whether you like it or not, you succumb to it. And it's this thing, it's like the more work you put in, the luckier you get. You have to show your intention. And that starts by the affirmations, the visualizations, then putting in that work. And I promise you, if you do that, doors will open. You know, like you just focus on the process, the results will come. Some people, they'll do outreach for 30 days if they haven't signed a client, oh, it doesn't work. And it's like, well, other people have done it and succeeded in a quicker time. There is some luck involved, but the more activity you put in, the luckier you get. But yeah, if you want to check out more about the law of attraction, Neville Goddard, watch and listen to some of his stuff. Power of Kabbalah, again, some people are a little bit scared of kind of Jewish mysticism, but it's taught me so much about the laws of life. The law of reciprocation, is that it? When you give, you automatically get. So you give without motive or intention, you get as a byproduct of it. So it's amazing when it happens and you think, and then you're so much more inspired to continue to give, because it is like the ultimate greed, because it comes back to you tenfold. So you then actively, and I love these Instagram accounts, Bond Gives and MD Motivator, where they go and give money, and they give them the option to help him. And those people that are happy to help him, that he then gifts them. 100% I want to do that. I'd like to rent a luxury camper van and travel Florida doing that. Once I get to maybe $1 million a month and I've got a massive team in place, that's something I would definitely like to do. And I'm putting it out to the universe now. I give myself maybe 5 years to have $1 million a month, and then 100% it's going to happen. But thank you so much for the time. I hope that helped. And as I say, if you want to learn more about the law of attraction, Abraham Hicks, Quasi, Neville Goddard, Bruce Lipton, he's also very good. Look him up on YouTube. He talks about epigenetics and what goes on in the subconscious mind and in our brains then creates our reality and comes to fruition, because the power of focus, the power of intention, etc., etc. It is a lot, some people say it's woo-woo, other people say it's science, the quantum field. Joe Dispenza, he's another one. He's got a great book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Amazing. He's also got a great series on Gaia, if you prefer to learn by watching rather than reading. But yeah, check those guys out. I hope I've helped. If you liked today's video, please drop us a like. It helps the algorithm, helps other people that are looking for similar kind of content. And I'm having people reach out to me on Instagram now, which is amazing. They're coming to find me. And that's the beauty about social media, is that the more you share, the more you like, the more you subscribe, the more you talk about what you're finding, we find other people like us. And I'm here, just as I say, to give as much information as possible, share my good fortune, share what I have learned, and if I can give back and it helps one person, change their world, amazing. But I've got bigger plans than that. So like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much, and ciao for now.